everyone! Today is just going to be another talk through video. It's definitely kind of still between fall and summer over here right now, but I still really wanted to get into the fall mood. The leaves are beginning to change, and I'm actually going to be going to the mountains tomorrow just to kind of get some fresh air and get out of the house a little bit. I can also tell it's fall because my skin is so dry, so I'm going to start with the Mcgrath Primer. I still want to fill in my pores, but I don't want to use a primer that dries my skin out, and honestly, I know this primer is like super polarizing, but I personally actually really like it. At first I was really about it, but it's really grown on me. I know a lot of people kind of feel the same way, because like when I first saw the videos talking about it, everybody was like, oh, this is like totally not even worth the money. But now I know a lot of people who kind of have the same opinion as me, where now they're like, actually this is really nice. It kind of has all the benefits of like the professional, but it also feels like just this really soft and creamy lotion. So if you have really dry skin, I really recommend this one. It's especially good for when you don't want to use a dewy primer, so you don't want to look more dewy than your foundation is already going to make you look. Because like if I have dry skin and I want to hydrate my skin with a primer, I could always use a hydrating primer that's like meant to make my skin look glossy, but I don't always want that look. So like I have the Future Dew and I have the Laneige serum, but I don't always want to use those. I'm not always interested in going for that look. As you can see, my skin is not the best. I've been dealing with a lot of breakouts and they've just started to finally kind of calm back down, but you can see how I still have the remnant spots. I'm gonna use this foundation from the Too Faced Tutti Frutti collection. Pretty sure they've discontinued this entire collection by now. It didn't really sell the best, so I got the foundation for like 60% off or something. I'm kind of testing it out to see if I like it or not. It has this really nice smell to it. I know a lot of people were saying the fragrance was awful, but as somebody who's not sensitive to fragrance and who really loves the smell of like the fake watermelon smell, I personally really like the smell. And I would say that has like a medium coverage, a lower medium coverage, which isn't really what they advertised. They said like what, fresh full coverage foundation. I definitely would say no to that one. Let me see if I can get some more coverage on my cheeks, which are really red, and then I'll get some on my forehead. I'll say it layers up pretty nicely, and my cheeks look a lot more covered now, but it does feel really thick. Like it was a really thick formula. If I held it on my hand and then held the hand vertically, it wouldn't like run down my hand or anything. So I can definitely say it's a really thick formula, so I can see why people didn't like it. For now, it's sitting on my skin really nicely, so I definitely personally think it's fine. And for the price I paid for it, you know, I paid like a drugstore price for it, so I'm not gonna complain. I don't know if you guys noticed, but I am filming in sunlight right now, so the lighting should look a lot better. Maybe almost a little bit too bright, I guess? I don't know. I also changed the ring light after watching Alexandra Anil's video on lighting, how she had the ring light tilted forward and the camera tilted and it's higher, so I did the same thing, and I think it really shows my face a lot better now, and I can like zoom in and show more of my face, and I think this is definitely a really great angle, and I can also still have my mirror and the mirror is not going to show in frame. So yeah, if you have any like criticisms or anything about lighting, please let me know, because I'm always trying to improve. I found some panel LED lights that I really want to get to see if that further improves it, because the side lights I have right now are honestly really cheap and really dim. I'm just using my usual favorite concealer. I didn't feel like doing anything new since I have a new foundation. So that's it for the concealer. I swear I only ever need to use like that much for it, so it's like gonna last me like, you know, for the next 50 years of my life. I'm gonna use the Too Faced Hangover setting spray instead of powder just because of how dry my skin is. Should I just tap it in a little bit? I'm not going anywhere today, I'm just staying home. That's why I don't particularly care about transfer or masks or anything. I'm gonna use this shade right here for my eyebrows. I've mentioned it before in previous videos, but this is currently my favorite eyebrow powder at the moment. It's just this shade from the Glam palette. I know it seems kind of excessive to like bust out this entire eyeshadow palette just for that eyebrow shade, but like it is so good. And so then after that, after this has all been filled in, I'll use like a brow pen or something to fill in the rest of the details. I'm going to use the Glossier Brow Flick. It's getting really sunny, so the angle of the sun might start kind of showing up in the camera, but I personally think it's kind of pretty when the sun is like kind of shining in a little bit, but if it gets too obnoxious, I'll just draw the curtains. So you can see how the brows are like super natural looking today. I'm going to be using the NATASHA DENONA Metropolis palette. Like I said, I'm in a fall mood, and the jewel tones in this palette were just really something that I thought I could have fun with today. I'll be mostly sticking with like the oranges and stuff. It also kind of adds a little bit of warmth to my eyelid as well. I think I'll take this bright orange color right here. So as you can see, my eyes are very orange, and I kind of like had it start fading out pretty far away from my brow bone, so I guess this will just kind of be a more like wearable look today, I guess. I'll deepen the look up just a little bit with this brown shade right here. One of my favorite things about the Metropolis palette is that a lot of the formulas are like a cream to powder formula. That makes them really easy to use. So I'm just gonna build up the outer V a little bit, like that. I wonder if she's gonna have a Black Friday sale, because if she does, I definitely really want to pick up the Lila and the Star palettes. You can see the difference between each eye already. That kind of went a little bit more intense than I was expecting, but that's okay. You can kind of see that the sun is really starting to show up, so I'll try my best to kind of stay out of it. So I blended it out and now it looks a lot better. So it ended up being that the sun was just like blindingly bright, so I definitely won't film at this time of day anymore, but I had to go ahead and close the curtains. So now I'm just relying on my internal lighting, which, as you know, is pretty mediocre, but we'll work with it. I'm gonna take this kind of desaturated orange shimmer down here. I thought this would make for a nice shimmer color in the middle of the lid. So you can see that it's a little more scattered and not as intense, which is kind of the look I was going for. I'm gonna take this champagne shimmer shade and use that as my inner corner highlight. I'm gonna use this eyeliner from CLIO. It's called the So Sharp So Simple Gel Eyeliner. So you can see how I kind of blended it out so it looks a lot more soft. I'm gonna use this Yuzu You eyeliner. It's actually a little bit too dark, so I'm gonna change which shade I'm using. I'm gonna use the brown one instead. Or I'm gonna go back over it with that same eyeliner and see if I can like kind of re-soften it a little bit. Yeah, that helps a lot. As you can see, my lash lift is, you know, pretty much at that awkward stage where half my lashes are curled and the other half have like shedded out and are now growing back in straight. So I'm gonna be just putting on some false eyelashes. Back when I went back to China, my relatives thought they were being really helpful. They were like, oh, we found the diamond lashes that you want, but we found them on Taobao. And I just like went along with it and I believed them, and so they bought me like so many packs of them. But then when I got them, I realized that they were fakes, so I'm just kind of trying to use them all up and, you know, kind of be done with them for a little bit. The other thing is that like they're completely and utterly glued to the plastic thing, so I have to like peel them off, and then I have to peel off all that glue as opposed to just there being glue on like one side and the other side. Did not put that on symmetrically, did I? Yeah, I put these on centered and then I put these on too far off to the outer corner. But that's okay. I kind of curled these a little bit and that kind of helps. I'm gonna use this mascara from Too Faced as usual for my bottom lashes. So this is the eyes complete now. As you can see, it's just kind of a simple warm look. So now we're just gonna move on to the rest of the face. I'm gonna use this Glossier Cloud Paint in the shade Dawn. It's a nice good orange blush. And then I thought I might top it off with this little Too Cool for School blusher. It's in this like putty formula, so it's kind of like a Super Shock cheek, but it's a little more powdery. And I'm just gonna kind of apply this around the inside of my cheek, just to add a little bit of brightness. And then I'm gonna kind of work it around the perimeter of that initial application of blush. I'm going to use this cheek polish from the Japanese brand Addiction. You brush it on like it's almost like a nail polish applicator, and you just brush it on. And you see how it gives just the softest glisten effect. I'm going to use this collab between Physicians Formula and WEYLIE. I'll just be using the light bronzer at the bottom right here. I'm gonna use my favorite lip liner at the moment, the M Cosmetics lip liner. So you can see that my lips match my face a little better now. I'm gonna use this Roman Juicy Lasting Tint. My hair is a mess on top, so that's why I'm kind of cutting off my forehead, so you just can't see the top of my hair. Problem solved. But a fringe will fix anything. What do you think? I'm gonna kind of just go ahead and call this the final look with a very sloppily placed fringe. I really like how this one's looking. It's really pretty. Roman makes like the best lip products ever. The false lashes didn't quite turn out, but that's okay. The blush is like absolutely perfect now that I'm looking at it again, and I like kind of wanted to do like a whole series of fall looks from like level 1 up to like level whenever I end. So like instead of like episode 1, I'm just gonna do level 1 because each time it's another level of the same game, so I just thought that'd be a funny way to call it. So this is like the level 2. I really like it. Thank you guys so much for joining me today, and I will see you guys in the next video.